Hi, my name is Jason Birkin. I'm a sophomore studying political science, and I think Leadership UMiami program is a great way to get engaged in the process of democracy. To start off with Wynton Marsalis' quote, "We always hear about the rights of democracy, but the major responsibility is participation." This quote could not be truer and more important at the same time. Democracy is a form of government that in theory represents everyone equally and takes the entirety of the constituents' beliefs into account when electeds make decisions. It also provides a foundation for the rule of law, justice, and equality. Yet, democracy is much more than just a form of representation and a guarantor of rights. It is a platform that engages the body politic. At a grassroots level, democracy connects the people affected by policy issues to the representatives in charge. Multiple forms of activism, ranging from public protests to town hall meetings, put pressure on officials, which in turn create policies favorable for the constituents. Without these avenues to influence the government and active participation by the people, democracy cannot exist as it does now within the United States. However, the United States has not always held true to its ideal of being called a democracy. Throughout its history, many groups have not had the same representation and equality as other groups and had to engage in democratic processes through whatever way they could. Without the participation of these activists, many people would not have been granted the same democratic rights as others do now. Lastly, democracy should not be taken for granted. There is no guarantee that the same rights and representation that exist now will be present 20 years from now. Since the mid-1990s, this has been the case. Many democratic countries such as Italy, Poland, Hungary, and Spain have slid towards the dangers of authoritarianism, and there is reason to believe why the United States would not be an exception to the list. That is why, going back to the quote from Wynton Marsalis, it is important to stay engaged and participate in the democratic process of government. There is no doubt that the future is not certain, but we can create certainty by collectively engaging in the democratic process we hold true to ourselves.